Hey guys, so we've finally hit 2 million kills in Cold War Zombies. Actually, 2,200,000. Now, the first time I hit a million, I made a video on it and we went over my combat record and the leaderboards and everything. And I watched some old videos as well because most of my kills actually come from just gameplay. Because really, I never play this game if I'm not recording. And seeing that Cold War is basically over now, I thought this was the perfect time to go back and see our combat record because it's maybe one of the craziest in the actual game. Now, there are actually people out there with 12 million kills plus. We only have 2 million, but most of ours is comprised of a bunch of random weapons. And I actually counted, and we have 44 round 100s with different weapons out of the 62. Sorry, we have 44 out of 64, I just double checked. And if you really think about that, that's only 20 guns I didn't get to round 100 with, and a few of them I actually failed with. I had no idea it was that high. So we're going to go through all of my blueprints. I'll do like my top 5 blueprints. We'll go through the leaderboards and then we'll also go through my combat record and just see how crazy it is. Now, I'm not going to make this like extensive. I'm just going to show you guys like the best parts of it all because obviously I don't want to make the video boring, but we have 33 days played on zombies and we have about 4 on multiplayer. And honestly, I think some of these stats will actually really surprise you because we've been playing since the very start of the game. If you've been watching for a long time, you would have seen that I got Dark Ether first. And then as soon as I got Dark Ether, I got my first round 100, which was with the knife. And yes, I don't know why my first round 100 was knife only. And then from that point on, for 10 months, basically, I've just done round 100 challenges and just other challenges. I'll also let you guys know how many guns I'm missing Dark Ether. I think there's only 4. And I'll tell you guys what were the hardest challenges I've done in Cold War, because I've done so many. I think we have over 50 round 100s now. And even though Cold War is not the hardest game in the world, we've definitely made it hard for ourselves. And some of these challenges I couldn't complete because they were just too hard. Or it's just I want to upload more regularly and they might take a week to do. Alright, so first things first, here are all of my bundles. Now I have a lot. I probably spent maybe like 700 AUD on this game, which equates to about 500 USD. So I'm just going to quickly go over the top 5 blueprints that I brought. So number 5 of all the blueprints is actually the AK-74U variant of the anime girl chick skin. Don't hate me for saying this is number 5, but it's actually got good attachments. It was one of the first blueprints they actually added into the game. And it's just kind of cool. I don't know. Also with the Violent Anime Tracer pack, you get Tiny Comrade, which is this Diamante, which is also pretty cool. I feel like the tracer for this bundle is actually one of the best tracers. I don't know why, it just kind of pops a bit more because it's pink. Number 4 for me is actually going to be the Neurotransmitter, which is an LC10 variant. It doesn't really do justice like looking like this, but it actually has like a little shark on it, and the inspections are absolutely awesome. It has like missiles that come out. Overall, I just think the LC10 blueprint's pretty cool. Number 3 is definitely the ray gun Gallo shotgun. This thing is really cool. One of the coolest weapons in the game for sure. This isn't the bundle pack, obviously. It's called the Zombies Zapper. But this shotgun just makes the whole bundle. Like, I wouldn't buy the bundle at all if it wasn't for this shotgun. It's very cool, very clean. If you put the gold or even like any other camo on the skin, it looks amazing as well. The trace is cool. And it's a ray gun Gallo. Now, number 2 is going to be the classic Necro King. And obviously, if you buy this bundle, you get the Eye Stray, which is probably one of the coolest blueprints in all of Call of Duty history. It's a literal dragon that flies when you inspect it as well. Like, very, very cool. I love this one. We did actually get to round 100 of this and the Rocket LC10. But of course, for me, number 1 is going to be Scream. The Scream bundle is awesome, dude. The voice lines are amazing. It actually changes the game so much. And I mean, Scream's not the greatest it's a cool franchise, but they're not based off, they don't really care, let's just say that. They know they're a cheesy horror movie from once you get past the first movie. And so it's so fitting to see Ghostface in Call of Duty. It just works really well. I mean, just look how cool the skin is as well. It's such an iconic look. We love Ghostface. You get the Ghost Blade, which is amazing. And then you also get to just stab people like this. From personal experience watching the movies, Ghostface is definitely not this skilled. He usually falls down about 10 times before he gets to someone. Then, of course, you got the classic little phone, the cordless phone, because in all the movies, they have, like, the land phone. I think that's what they call it. Now, there are definitely some cool other bundles, like the Rambo bundle, the Alien Infestation. That's kind of cool. Even this Cursed Angel, once you actually get to Reactive 3, it's pretty nice. With the purple and everything, it looks pretty cool. This personally might be one of the worst skins I've ever added. Why? A Death's Bride Maxis, Samantha Maxis. This is also definitely another runners-up. I really like the Necro Queen bundle. And it comes with the Void Monster, which we got to round 100 yesterday with. But now it's time to go on to our combat record. Now, one interesting thing is that our most eliminations is 125,000. But I don't know if that counts the game where we got to round 480 and then my game crashed. And when my game crashed, none of it counted. So that sucks. Obviously, the most amount of kills we got with any weapon was the ray gun. No surprises there. 350,000, that's a lot. It It is on every map after all, except for 5-Z. Second, CRBRS. Kind of surprising. I don't think the Ray K, I thought the Ray K would be higher on the list for sure. Then we have the Gallo. So the Gallo took over the Howler from our last video. 1911. Now, I'm not sure how we have 50,000 kills with this thing. I don't remember using it this much. It must be some kind of glitch with the 1911. And then as we go down, it's pretty stock standard for the most part. DIE is up there as well. But then it gets a bit weird. We have 37,000 kills with the Shadow Hunter. I've honestly only used this for one day. I used it for one night, but the thing is, I used it for like 5 games because I don't know if you guys remember when this first came out, it kept crashing the game. I got to like round 90, then 92, then 86, and 80, 90. Like I couldn't get to round 100 using this thing because it just kept crashing. Hence why we had 37,000 kills using it. Then we have the AK-74U. I swear some of these are glitched a little bit. I have got to round 100 only using the AK-74U. And I've just used it randomly, I guess. I've never actually put it on my class other than when I got Dark Ether, though. It's just one of those weapons that's common out of the box, I guess. And then for the most part, these are pretty stock standard. We've got the E tool for the Lego Unlocked Lovers. Lovers, that's a bit of a weird word. I don't know why I said that. M79's up there. I did get to round 100 twice using it. Street Sweeper, that's my baby. I love that gun. The knife, okay, that's weird. I have 23,000 eliminations with the knife. I guess it counts when you just knife them at the start with the combat bow. Not the combat bow, the combat knife. LC10's up there. Okay, this is another weird one. The 121,000. I think I've got to round 100 nearly twice. I've got to round 100 once with it, and I got to like 70 or something. It's kind of funny that we only have 17,000 with the Ray K. I think that was empty. I don't know what happened there. I got to some high rounds on 5-Z, as you'll see soon. Marshalls, Bullfrog. I mean, the size up there. And then I swear some of these are glitched, and they should be way higher. For example, the Wakasashi, I got to round 100. I mean, I got round 100 with most of these weapons on this list here. But for some reason, it only says 9,000, 8,000. Maybe I was using Brain Rot or something. I guess that must be the case. But then this doesn't make any sense. I only have 5,400 with the Swiss. It just must have been... Because I got to round 100 using it. Oh, I got to 99, actually. It must have been because of Brain Rot. And then these are my lowest killed weapons. From the ZRG down, I never got to round 100 using any of these weapons. The Battle Axe only have 490 kills. Now onto equipment. This is where things get also very interesting. I have 35,000 kills with Semtexes alone. Actually, to be fair, looking through the equipment, it's not that interesting. We'll move on. Onto support, we have 155,000 with the War Machine. The War Machine's amazing. Now, this is the best way to see why the War Machine's so much better than the rest. If you look at kills per use, it says 96.85. If you look at the Death Machine, it says 38. So you're basically nearly close to 3 times as much. 3 times as many kills per use. And I've used nearly more Death Machines than War Machines. And I have 3 times the amount of kills with War Machines. Alright, so for field upgrades though, you can definitely see, if you look at Ring of Fire. Now, I've done top 5 field upgrades before, and maybe this does... I'm maybe a little bit biased. And I might be biased in the sense that I have nearly 14,000 uses of the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is just god tier to me. Then, sorry to all the Healing Aura fans out there, I've used the Healing Aura twice. Twice out of 33 days of playing this game, over a year. That's pretty bad, man. And I remember making that video where I said Healing Aura was the worst out of all the field upgrades. And I just saw a bunch of people being like, Healing Aura is actually one of the best. And to be honest, Healing Aura is actually good for co-op. It's just I don't ever play co-op. So I'll give the Timmies that. So if we look at multiplayer really quickly, I have a 2 KD, and mostly it's just going to leveling up my weapons. Pretty just stock standard. I used to play multiplayer way more than zombies, but I actually hate Cold War Zombies multiplayer. League play, I have a 1.7 KD. I barely played any of it. Very disappointing in my opinion, League play this year. Why can't they just come up, I know it's very hard to say, but what the fuck was the system this year, dude? I didn't even understand it at all. The leveling system to get to, I don't even know what the top rank was. It was like scorpions and wolves and shit. I was very, very disappointed because I wanted to grind that. It was just very poorly made. Okay, so onto the leaderboards now. And multiplayer career, I'm 429,000. Who really cares about that? But here, we're a little bit up there. I mean, we're 1,421 globally ranked. I honestly thought it would be a little bit higher than that. I wanted to break top 1,000. But I'm sure there's probably 400 glitches, so we're basically there. And I've kind of just been sitting around 800 to 1.5 this whole year. I'm surprised that I'm not going higher, because I still play the game. I'm surprised these top players still play. So I just took my webcam off so you can actually see all the stats here. I mean, we're higher than Lego. That's what matters, right, guys? Now, our highest round on D Machiner is 329. Firebase Z, 201. Mao to Tone, 226 apparently, but it's actually 480. because my game crashed and it didn't count, like I said before. Then Forsaken, it's only 105. So really, seeing I've been playing this whole year, I've only really had maybe like 6 high round attempts. Now, if we go PC career, we're actually 352, so that's kind of cool. Critical kills were 559. Rounds, interestingly enough, were 288. So rounds just means that basically the more you play at lower rounds, the higher you're going to be. And then we're 257 on PC for Mallet Tone. Alright, so if we look at Outbreak now, I actually have 666 total regions, so I am the devil apparently. My highest round is round 100, which is pretty cool. And I think if we look at all players and on PC, that should be very high. Yeah, we're 33rd. Holy crap. I mean, there's the MC Zombie Slayer. Wow, that's probably my highest thing on the leaderboard. Not many people on PC play this game. Daddy's up there. Also, Chapo on 318. Wow. And if we... Wait, what? I'm 189 in the world for highest region. Dude, not many people got to round 100 on Outbreak, it seems like. Wow. Alright, so now looking at my own channel. Also, that is one of the best thumbnails I ever did. How to complete social distancing Dark Ops with my face like that. And here's my first 1 million kill video. And also, this is where I think I broke Cold War with the new crossbow because I couldn't get to round 100 because of that massive glitch. Also, there's the Krieg round 100 with the blueprint. I could just go on, man. We've got so many round 100s. I even forgot. I think it's actually 45. I forgot we got to round 100 with the FFAR as well. But, which one was the hardest to get to round 100? Now, honestly, fun fact, out of all the weapon categories, I never got to round 100 with an LMG because they're actually very hard. So this new MG82, I never got to round 100. Clickbait there. And that was just such a bitch because you just run so slow, and with Sprinter Zombies, it's actually very hard. So I might try that before the end of Cold War. So I'm going to say, and this is kind of weird because they're actually like quite new, but the PhD round 100, I'm going to say number 3. I'm going to say the new Ironhide only, number 2, because I didn't use any ammo mods, and that was just a shocking weapon. And then I don't really know what would be number 1. I mean, I attempted the hardest round 100 challenge. We tried to get to round 100 in the first room, and that was, I didn't do it. It was too hard. So I'd say that's the hardest round 100 challenge. The first room of 5AZ back in the day before there was tier 5 skills. Back when there was no tier 5 skills, the game was actually not that easy. Obviously, we now know it as like one of the easiest Call of Duty games, but before tier 5 skills, it was easy, but it wasn't that easy. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this game. I think one of my favorite challenges that I might try again is the round 50, but I can't kill any megatons. That was a cool one. I think I got to round 50, but I definitely couldn't get to round 100. So yeah, that's the end of Cold War, man. I started this channel on the 20th of November. That was my first video on this. I think I made this account on that day as well. And now we're all the way up here. So that's cool, man. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.